Hey, Trailhawks. This is Coach Neal, and I'm here with our head coach, Coach Sarah, and Drew. And welcome to the first episode of
Trailhawk
Trailhawk
Talk.
Talk.
Trailhawk Talk. All right, we're going to try to go through a few things. We've been hearing from a lot of the newer student athletes and parents about what's a race weekend like, knowing that we're about a month away from our first race weekend. So we wanted to get together and throw a few questions in, talk through it, and try to answer what's a race weekend like. So let me see. First, let me just have Drew do a quick introduction of.
So, I'm a student athlete in my third year of racing, and I got introduced to mountain bike racing when I was riding at Crabtree and I saw a team.
All right, thanks, Drew. And Coach Sarah, someone who probably needs no introduction, but I'm going to make you introduce yourself anyway.
Thanks. I am Coach Sarah. I'm the head coach of the North Wake Trailhawks, and I'm proud of all my student athletes.
All right, let's jump into it. Overall thoughts, Drew. Tell us about the race weekends.
Yeah, race weekends are extremely fun. I love them, mostly because of food, but it's also really fun hanging out with friends and everyone and riding the trails, getting a good experience there.
You find it stressful?
Not at all, no.
All right. How about you, Coach Sarah?
I think that the big overview for parents and for coaches and new student athletes is that schedule is important. So making sure that you're on time to wherever location, I think that's super important. But having fun is overall the thing, right? You will be busy all weekend and there'll be a lot of friends and there'll be a lot of activities that you can participate in. And cheering on each other is super important.
I agree with both of you. So one of the things we know about NICA and especially the Trailhawks is we are about more kids on bikes and everyone having a great time. So we're going to dive into a next topic. We're going to talk Saturday. Drew, why don't you tell us, what is a Saturday like for the Trailhawks on a race weekend?
Typical Saturday for Trailhawks on the race weekend is for me, it's we get there, we help set up the tent, we do a little bit of riding, a little bit of prep, then we go on the actual trail, we scope it out, see what parts are going to be easy, what parts are going to be hard for the race, and when we come back, we just chill out, have some food. One time, there was some trail maintenance that we could do. We did that. It was fun. And then, yeah, you just have dinner with your team. Really fun.
You got it. You want to talk a little about the skills area?
Yeah. Skills area is really fun. It teaches you a bunch of things like how to get your front wheel up.
You're learning skills for sure about having to get the front wheel up and the back wheel up. Coach Sarah, do you want to talk a little about the pit zone?
Yeah, so pit zone is a sea of tents. When you arrive, you're going to see all of the other teams' tents area, and we will have our own North Wake Trailhawks tent zone. So if you look for the light green and black, you'll likely find this is where we convene. The whole team can come together and hear about what to expect for the day. We do have some rules that we like to go over every morning just to make sure that we're all 100% on the same page. And then we have place for nutrition and snacks for the student athletes and the coaches that are also riding with the kids. We'll have somewhere for you to keep your bike. You can hang your bike up on the bike racks. So it's a great place to it's your home base for the entire weekend. And it's a great place to find updates throughout the day. So Coach Sydney does a great job of updating a calendar for start times and call up times and warm up times. So please make sure the pit zone is on your priority list of places to visit.
You got it. That's a perfect way to describe it. It is the center of Trailhawk activity and where we all get together. Coach Sarah, do you want to talk a little bit about the pre-rides? Drew mentioned that that's one of the things we do to start learning the course.
Yes. For the girls, there is a grit pre-ride that starts the day off. So they will ride together with other female coaches from around the league, and they'll leave from the grit tent. So you'll want to know what time that is leading off because that is first thing in the morning. And then all of our team will gather together and we have 3 different laps. And so the first lap is for all those beginner riders. For if you are a first time student athlete racing, this is your lap. So you should be there and we'll have coaches to take you out on the trail. And like Drew said, you'll session some of the locations that are more difficult, and we'll just get a good feel for what the trail is going to look like before you have to race it on Sunday. The lap 2 is for those returning student athletes. So if you've been already racing with the team, then this is your lap. And then the third lap is actually where you can ride with a buddy. You don't have to have a parent with you. You don't have to have a coach with you, but you do have to have a buddy. So you can go as fast as you want as long as you're safe and in control.
All right. If you're a student athlete, it is a great idea to do some of the pre-rides. It'll get you familiar with the course so that when you race on Sunday, it won't be the first time you're on the course, and you can do it nice and easy on Saturday and have fun with the team. Prove you've done some of the Teen Trail Core before. Tell everyone about what Teen Trail Core is and how it's helpful and how it can be good for everyone to do some.
Trail Team Core. Let me see. It's the where you fix the trails. We dug some irrigation ditches for the trails where the water could flow onto because it would erode the trail otherwise. It was really fun. A bunch of teams got together and we helped dig.
You got it. It's a great thing to do the trails we ride and we love. It's always good for trying to help maintain them too. Drew, tell us about the food. How's the
The
food in the trail
food,
day or
oh yeah, my
race day?
favorite part. My favorite part, yeah. The food there is really good. They have a slew of different food trucks, a lot of them, mostly barbecue. It's really good though. Every time after I race, I usually go to a food truck, get some food, and it's always good.
Yeah, that's fair. I've had some great food at the food trucks too, and I agree. I like getting barbecue with you. Coach Sarah, do you want to talk a little bit about kind of as we close out the pit zone for the day and what usually happens in the evenings?
So at the end of the day in pit zone, we will have figured out by that time where the team is going to if they are or if we are eating at a local restaurant, or if there is a coach parent that has volunteered to cook for the team, or if we're buying pizza and having it together under one of the picnic areas. So this is a great time to come and check out what's going on in the evening, and that make sure that you're a part of it.
Yep, you got it. Trailhawks have been a great community, and it's always fun when we get to eat together. Drew, to talk about the nights, where do we usually sleep? What's that usually like?
At night, well, we usually sleep in a tent or in the car, depending on how cold it gets. Sometimes people choose to go to hotels because it's a lot warmer over there. But I would recommend camping with your team because it's extremely fun and you guys get to mess around all night.
I agree. The camping is fun, but make sure you get some sleep because Sunday's race day, and we're going to get there in a second. Coach Sarah, anything to add before we get to Sunday?
Our first race will have a group campsite at one of the local state park campsite grounds. So that'll be on the Team Snap calendar for you to RSVP. So we hope everybody can join, and we have dinner and we have a fire pit, and that's a great team building opportunity for the very first race. And I hope everybody will join us for that. Some people camp, and if somebody was interested in pulling together another campsite, just raise your hand. We would love to get you involved and get some help putting it together.
You got it. We welcome all ideas as long as we're all having fun. All right, let's jump to Sunday. Drew, I'll ask you. How would you describe the race day on Sunday?
Well, you wake up really early and it sucks. But, well, you wake up, then you head over to the pit zone, you get ready, have some snacks, have some food. Then you'll go to the chute and they'll start calling people by name to line up. And then the race just starts. You do the whole countdown thing, you crack a few jokes with the people, and yeah, it just starts and then you just do 4 miles or more depending on what track you're in. And yeah, it's really fun.
Sarah, what would you add to that?
I would say that this is the most exciting part of the whole weekend. Sunday is full of anticipation and excitement and cheering. So bring your noisemakers, bring your costumes, because this is your opportunity to root on the rest of you. But keep in mind that you need to be warmed up. and ready and at the call ups and in the chute right at a certain time. So I do encourage everybody to get to the pit zone tent earlier than their call up times so they have plenty of time to warm up with a coach before they race. So we want to keep an eye on that time. We don't want to miss the call up, right?
Yep. So listen to Coach Sarah. The schedule is important, especially in Sunday. You want to get up at a reasonable time. You want to eat at a good time. Make sure you warm up, get to that warm up, and get to the shoot, and then go have fun and race your heart out. What happens if you win one of the races or get in the top few?
That's always so fun. But it's always great to just finish the race. And when you're done, you can feel so proud. But if you did happen to podium on one of the races, there's awards at the end of the day. And that's around 5 o'clock. I'm going to say that they've tried to shorten that and put it a little bit earlier. But I'm going to say it's going to be probably around 5 o'clock, and we'll have awards for everybody. Top 5 riders will receive an award.
All right, so Drew, you've raced a good amount of races the past couple of years. What do you think? Do you have to win? Do you have to try to win? Are there other things you try to do out there on the trail?
You never have to try to win. It's great to win. I wouldn't know what it's like, but it's great to win. But I've always just raced for fun and raced to get better. I've never raced to win.
So do you compete with yourself more than compete with others?
Yeah, I more compete with myself than others.
All right. As long as you're out there having fun, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Sarah, what would you add to that?
We're proud of you, period, right? We're proud of you if you win. We're proud of you if you finish. We're proud of you just for getting out there on the trail and giving it a go. That alone can be the hardest thing.
Yeah, it's a big accomplishment, especially, that first race when you cross the finish line. It's a huge accomplishment. Sarah, I think I interrupted you. You were going to say more.
I just wanted to mention to Drew, is it okay? It's normal to be anxious or nervous at the beginning when you're sitting in the chute waiting for that whistle to go off. But when does that nervousness kind of go away? Does it stay with you the
Around
whole race?
around a quarter of the race, you get too focused on the race to be nervous. That's how I feel, at least.
Yeah. There's a lot of student athletes that would say as soon as that whistle goes and that start is happening, that nervousness just disappears.
Yeah, the adrenaline takes over, and then you're just really truly off to the races. So, Sarah, let me see. The next questions might be for you. Let's talk about communication and phones. Do phones work real well at the trails, at the races?
At some locations, they do not. We often do not have signal at the races. So it's important to come back to the pit zone tent area to find out new information. If times change because of weather, we're going to have the most up to date and current information at the tent in the pit zone for you. So if you want to know if we're having dinner together, come to the pit zone. If you want to know that the rain is coming and it's delaying everything, you're going to find out at the pit zone. We do put the information on TeamSnap, but you may or may not receive it.
All right, so as much as we all love our phones, the pit zone is a better place for information. It's more reliable. We talked about the pit zone earlier. The tents get set up and the bike racks get set up. The food arrives. Is that Trailhawk fairies? Is it our gnomes? How does that happen?
Right. Parents and coaches are the ones that help do that. So we have to thank the Clemens family for pulling the trailer that houses all of our goodies in it. But we need to be there to help unload the trailer and set up the tents and break them down at the end of the day on Sunday. So you'll see in TeamSnap some communications on Saturday morning that says the trailer's headed out. So now we know that the trailer is going to be on site in about 2.5 hours, depending on the race location, and we should be there ready to assist.
Yeah, so as y'all can imagine, it's a lot of work to get that pit zone set up, and it's a lot of work to get that pit zone taken down. And the student athletes getting some granola bars or fruits or other things for nutrition, eat water, all that is helpful. It all has to happen. So parents, if you can, please try to help us out and sign up for something when you see that sign up genius come out there. How far are the races in general? How far do we have to drive?
I'd say that the furthest race, now that we haven't been to South Carolina yet, actually, but it's on our roster and the schedule. And there's also one on the other side of Charlotte. So I think our furthest race this year is going to be about 4 hours, which is further than any of our other races in the past.
Yeah, it seems like the past couple of years, most of them have been 2 hours or less. We've been able to get to most of the races. Drew, one for you. Do you have to race? Do you have to go?
You don't have to race, you don't have to go. My first few races, I just came and cheered my friends on, and then after a few, I decided to race. So you definitely do not have to come to races, but you should. And you don't have to race, but you should.
Well said. Coach Sarah, anything you'd add to that?
I encourage all the student athletes to come to the race. Even if they decide not to race, this is a great experience and team building opportunity. So if you're on this team for community, then this is a place you want to be. The adventure course, everybody on the team is registered for all of the events. So you can come and participate in the Teen Trail Corps event. You can participate in the adventure trail and the adventure area and the grit event and not race. So there's still lots of things to do, and you are welcome to do all of them, even if you decide not to race. So come and have fun with your teammates.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. And yeah, Drew, I know you can probably speak to this, but you came to, I think, 2 races and didn't race. And then your third race, you kind of said you're ready. And you had a great time, didn't you?
Yeah, it was really fun.
All right. Well, we are about at the end of Trailhawk Talk Volume 1. I'll leave it to Drew and then Coach Sarah for any last words.
I do recommend you come to races. Extremely fun. You don't have to race. I mean, like my dad said, for the first 2 races, I just came to cheer people on, and then on my third race, I decided, hey, let's try it out. So definitely try to come to races. They're really fun.
Are you glad you tried out the race?
I am super glad I tried out racing.
All right. Coach Sarah.
I hope to see all of you at the races this season and having the time of your lives. The whole point for me as your head coach is to make sure that all of you have a safe, fun, and exciting environment and place to be and hang out with your friends and on bikes. So come and have fun with us. I can't wait to see you.
You got it. Well, you heard it. More kids on bikes. And if you guys have any other questions, talk to other student athletes, talk to us coaches. We're always happy to answer. And we can't wait to see y'all at the race weekends. All right. We'll see y'all later. Go Trailhawks.
Yeah.